First of all, I wanted to be this was a new project that came about. I wanted to be involved with this new project. I'm big into volunteering and wanted to give back to the community. And this seemed to be something that appealed to me because I do a lot of water sports. I duck hunt, I swim, I fish, I camp. So I'm familiar with a lot of things that happen around the water, but I wanted to be more involved in learning how to preserve the resources for the next generation, and so I thought this was a good way to become involved. And I didn't know a whole lot, but they really provided me a lot of training. I was really amazed with the amount of information that I was given, that I was able to even use outside of my volunteer efforts. I have a home that's on a lake, and so I've found that some of the information that I learned, I was able to apply it for my own benefit. But it was nice to go into some of the areas that like the Flat Branch Park, and reclaim an area that had been kind of a dumping ground in the central city, and to kind of make that into a nice atmosphere to be used by all of the citizens of Columbia. We were involved in stabilizing the bank down there, and beautifying and taking a lot of the old weeds out and the undergrowth that was kind of making the area look trashy, and brightening it up with some irises and some other plant life that really add a lot of color to that particular central part of the city. In addition to that, we've really worked as a group in a lot of the other parks in town. We've made rain gardens at Stevens Park and that lake. We've worked extensively at Twin Lakes Park and stabilizing the soil there. There's a lot of dog use out there, and the dogs tend to tear up the shoreline quite a bit. And we were fortunate to be able to plant some trees and stabilize the bank with some what we call coconut logs or choir logs. There's all sorts of names for them, but we did a lot of stabilizing the bank and making that a nice area in the center of town. I've been to almost all the parks in town, and one farm or another that have some sort of aquatic structure on it. We've been instrumental in a new park north of town, Smiley Lane. It's got a nice little area on it that's a playground with a little pond in a park area. We've been to Auburn Hills, I think, is another place north. Louisville Park. We've been out to the brand new, I don't know if it's going to be called Bristol Lake or it's the old Phillips Lake south of town out by Discovery Ridge. Just did an extensive project over there just a week ago. We put in some riprap to stabilize the bank once again. We planted trees, we planted irises and rushes, and worked on a nice little rain garden there to slow down storm water. So it's really been a really rich experience for me, not only learning how to do all these different types of structures like rain gardens and bank stabilization, but the interacting with the other volunteers has really been a really great relationship. Not only as staff, city staff, excellent people, they're great to work with, they're always teaching, they're always mentoring, but all the other volunteers that have come and joined, you just meet some wonderful people. And all this diversity, we all come from different backgrounds, and then we tend to share all this information amongst ourselves as we do these projects, and it's just really rich to see all these different backgrounds come together and for one common goal, which is mainly to make a higher quality of life in this city.